Can Dana White be the one to save Conor McGregor's UFC career in 2025? Here's how. The recent verdict by the Dublin High Court has really turned Conor McGregor's life upside down. Since being compelled to pay a substantial sum of more than $250,000 to the plaintiff Nikita Hand, the Notorious is losing even more money as a result of multiple businesses cutting connections with him in the aftermath of the claims. As if injuries and other commitments weren't enough to keep the Irishman away from the octagon, this is yet another setback that may delay his comeback to the UFC. With such a major hit to his reputation as well as finances, McGregor truly needs a helping hand. So, chances are that the UFC head honcho may come out to help out one of his favorite fighters. McGregor has been one of the biggest cash cows for the UFC, now it's time for White to return the favor. So here are some ways in which the UFC boss can save Conor McGregor's career in 2025. A few days ago, UFC co-creator Campbell McLaren revealed that the Dana White-led promotion will continue its association with Conor McGregor. The reason? First, the Irishman was found liable in a civil case, not guilty in a criminal case, and the second is McGregor's popularity as a fighter. He wrote on X, "Snarky dear, that is a tough one. He's not criminally guilty. It's easy to say I would not book him, but he is one of the biggest draws in our sport. Folks don't blast me for being honest. The Irishman is the sport's biggest celebrity, capable of selling large quantities of pay-per-views and tickets. So the UFC will stick with the Notorious. So what better way to bring him back than giving fans the fight they had been longing for? Despite it being booked and cancelled time and again because of the Irishman, Michael Chandler is still interested in the fight as revealed through his fiery callout at UFC 309. "Conor, come back and beat me if you can." So getting fans the fight they want can be a brilliant move by Dana White to make Conor McGregor a fan favorite again, while Michael Chandler, in a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, said that he was unfamiliar with the legal issues surrounding McGregor. He is confident that McGregor would hit the gym for a fight. And when he does return, he wants to be the opponent. And why not fight me? Why not be training to fight me in middle of the next year, International Fight Week, before that? As soon as possible. I'm ready to get back into training camp right after January 1st. And we can make that fight happen ASAP. Back in October, Nate Diaz expressed his intention to secure a fight against Conor McGregor. Taking to his Twitter, he revealed his plans of fighting Terence Crawford and then the Irishman, as he wrote, "I box Crawford and fight Conor next 168 LFG. After all, Nate Diaz is on a high following his boxing victory over former MMA opponent Jorge Masvidal earlier this July. So booking McGregor to face Diaz for the third time can prove to be an amazing tactic by the UFC head honcho, especially considering that it will be the third fight in a possible blockbuster trilogy. Most UFC fans are aware of the intense animosity that existed between Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz in the mid-2010s. The pair faced off twice, and their fights were both among the highest grossing in UFC history. As a result, McGregor has been teasing a trilogy bout with Diaz, a sentiment that has now been reciprocated by his opponent. To make matters more convincing, McGregor needs a big-money fight that will bring him back into the limelight, something that Dana White will most likely try his best to do. So it is a viable option that the head honcho might go for. If not, then there is a last resort for the UFC head honcho, and the Notorious, and it doesn't involve MMA.